All right, everybody's favorite Chinese kit time. This is a voltmeter, I think. I paid $9 Canadian for it, which is probably way more than it's worth. But I did want to build a kit. I haven't built a kit in a while. Let's take it out and get it onto a tray. Nice. All right, let's see here. Tiny little screw. There we go. All right, we've got some LEDs. And we've got some stuff. Whoa. Oh, we got a bezel, so it'll turn into an actual panel meter. And here's the magic chip. This is an ICL 7107. So this is a voltmeter with an LED driver all in one chip. So you might see some of these in equipment. I had a piece of, oh, I don't remember the brand name now. It was a real expensive watt meter. It measured volts, amps, and watts in an AC module. And I bought it off of eBay, broken, and I fixed it up and I sold it for really good money. They go for like $1,000. They're ridiculous. And it had 3 of these in there, one for each. Volts, watts, and current. So yeah. So let's see. Let's take a look at the PC board here. Is everything marked? I think everything's marked on it. It's a pretty good board. Oh, it's an EQ kit. We like those. All right. So I did find a schematic, but I don't think that'll be of much use to us. It does use a TL431 as the voltage reference. And it has a calibration knob here to calibrate it. That's nice. And what do we have over here? It looks like a... What is that thing doing? It almost looks like a voltage converter. 5.1 volts. I don't know. Think about that. Anyway, let's get it built. So I see a trap right away, and that is some of the components go on this side and some of the components go on this side, meaning that once certain components are on, you can no longer get to the other components. So do we put the LEDs on first, or do we put the IC on first? Wow. That will be interesting. Let's see. Let's put the IC on and see what it covers up. So this is mandatory. We can reach in there, but I think that's going to be difficult. On this side, if we have the LEDs on there, there's no way we can solder this row of connections. There's no way to get under there. So the connector has to go on first. And oops, get it the right way around, otherwise pin 1 will be in the wrong spot. Pin 1 is that little notch there, and this little silk screen, it shows the little notch as well. And the pin 1 is right on that side, the upper left one. All right, well, let's get this intact in place and then solder it in place. I've got my fingers under the board and pressing it up, so now it's all the way in there. I think I'll bring my magnifier over. Does that get in the way of the camera? It just kind of changes the exposure. Not that it really matters too much, I don't think. Do you really care? Do you really, really, really care? I don't think so. You just like to listen to my blabbering, I think. Why else does anybody want to watch people solder? I don't know. It's kind of boring, kind of like grass growing, right? Should have scoured my memory for a story for you guys. Oh, I did have a story, and now I've forgotten it. Shoot, what was it? Oh, I know what the story is. Yeah, I have a good story. So I'm over at my buddy's house. He's got a nice 9-foot pool table. I go over and play at his table. And recently he bought an old beat-up pickup truck. I just love things like that. I used to have a beat-up Isuzu pickup. And drove it in, never washed it once. Just abused it. It always started first crank. From the day I bought it to the day I sent it to the junkyard. The state of California really wanted it off the road because it was a polluter. And they said, "We'll give you $500 for it if you just tow it to the dump." And I drove it to the dump. It was a working car. That was back when it was worthless. Today I'd probably get good money for it, but back then it was like, it's had its life, it's done. And anyway, so he bought this used pickup, and I don't remember what brand it is, but he was on a business trip, and his wife called up his wife, and his wife says, your truck got stolen. Just got stolen right out of the driveway. This doesn't fit. These don't fit. Uh-oh, just a second. And she goes, but it's okay, I've already gotten it back. He says, what? So yeah, his truck had been stolen, and she got a call from the police. And they said, "Ma'am, we found your truck." She goes, "What? Is it missing?" She goes, "Just a second." She goes out in the driveway, and sure enough, the truck's not in the driveway any longer. Oh man, this is crazy. I can't solder one of the connections because it's under the stupid socket. Wow. Okay, anyway, back to the story. We have to modify the socket. Watch me modify the socket so I can get to where it's. There we go. Now I can solder it in. Look at that. This is, I don't think they thought this one through very good. Might be the only one I have to do. Anyway, so the cops call. "Ma'am, we found your truck." So she goes to get it, and it's kind of in the middle of the street. Now, my friend had put a kill switch in it, and they must have hot wired it somehow, and it was on an incline in his driveway, so they popped the clutch and they got it started. And then they went on a rampage of crime. And they filled up the truck with stolen stuff. And then, in the process of committing their crimes, they got in their truck to drive away, and it wouldn't start because there's a kill switch in it. And they're not on a hill any longer. They're on a flat spot. They can't get it started. And I guess they needed to leave really quick. And so anyway, the truck was out in the middle of nowhere, and she went and got it. And then they told her she could take it, and she says, "Well, what about all the stuff in the back of the truck?" And they go, "Well, we don't know who it is. It's yours now." So she's on the phone with my friend. She says, "Yeah, I already got it back with a bunch of stuff in it." He goes, "What?" "Yeah, there's tools and toys and all kinds of stuff." So anyway, they'd like robbed some teddy bears. It was something ridiculous, and she donated that to a preschool and didn't know whose tools they were, so they just kept those. Anyway, pretty strange. Pretty strange. I guess you don't go on a crime spree in your... I'll have to do this one too. Crime spree in your own truck, because you have to steal a truck first. Might as well. You're on a crime spree anyway. Guess that's the way it works. I don't know. I was never a criminal, so I don't know how it's done. Maybe somebody can comment below how you did it. How was crime done? All right. So now we have LEDs, and we can try to get those in place. So anyway, he was showing me his loot. He had this one weird, he didn't know what it was. He couldn't figure it out. It looked like a gallon, or like a 5-gallon jug with a pump on it. And he figured out what it was. It's for inflating some type of thing that expands, like if you're digging a hole and you have like walls on it so it doesn't collapse in on you, you put this expander thing in there to keep the hole from falling. Anyway, it was one of those. So it took him a long time to figure that one out. He had never seen one before. Neither had I. All right, let me see if I can get all these in there. Planning a trip next month. I'm gonna finally go see the Grand Canyon. I have never seen the Grand Canyon. Closest I ever got was Hoover Dam. But gonna take a bus tour. Go see Zion and Bryce and Lake Powell, which is dry, I guess, but get to see the Grand Canyon. That'll be exciting. My wife has never seen it either. She's been to Lake Powell. She did a houseboat on Lake Powell when she was a child. Not too young though, she remembers it. All right. So you see my dilemma. If you put one on, not the other one on, you couldn't ever put this row on there. Get that out of the way. Blow out the camera. All right. I guess I should snip these off. Do I need to snip them off? Maybe not. That's just extra work. Wow, that's just extra work. All right. So, what do we have? We have some giant resistor. That's pretty cool. Where's their spot for a giant resistor? I don't see one. Okay. Diode. We have one TL431. Where does he go? This board is not marked very well. VR1. Huh. Well, I'm confused. I only see one spot. Oh dear. Yeah, it's not marked very well. It's not marked very well. Well, our Zener diode goes there. All the other diodes are something else. If we can figure out which one is our Zener diode, one of these things is not like the other. One of these things doesn't belong. I don't know the rest of the song. Well, heck. I have to use my diode checker. Well, this kit's not being nice to me. I have two TO92 pieces, and there's only one place on the... Oh, here it is. Man, am I dumb. U2. Okay, so U2 is the 431. Probably because I was so excited about my story. Been doing a lot of repair videos. I hope you guys like my repair videos. Can't please everybody though, you know. Some people like certain things, other people like other things. My chip of the days are pretty popular though. People seem to like those. One of my viewers is sending me something to repair, and I get to keep it, so that's pretty cool. Last time I was at the... Is that the right? I guess that's right. Last time I was at the store, the ladies gave me something else to repair, so we'll do that one. It's a classic a fluke meter. Yeah. All right, now we can put in some resistors, and I don't want to read the color codes because I'll get them wrong. So let me get out a meter. $97, 100K. And what's this one? 100 ohms. Okay. $57K. 56K. 56K, that's right. There. Now those big LEDs are kind of in the way. I don't like this kit. I know I've promised some people some dog videos, IMSAI dog. I just haven't had the chance to film him. Of course I want to be clever. Maybe that's my problem. I could just show you dog pictures, but what good would that be? All right. 474. That's a capacitor. $104. $101. All right. I don't want to bore you with the whole build there, but it's together, and it turns out that it's a current meter, not a voltage meter. So it's 173 milliamps, and let me turn it up here. 200 milliamps. So yeah, I'm not sure how far it'll go. Yeah, 1 amp. So that's 1 amp. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't think it's worth $9. I think you probably buy one of these for $3 put together, but I did want to build a kit. So let me show you put together. It has a 5 volts goes in, operates the thing, and you put the voltage in over here, or the current, or whatever, and you get to pick where your decimal place is. This one happens to be, this is the current shunt. And it's just set up for 1.999. And yeah, there you go. Chinese kit time.